Can we just enjoy the offseason for one day? Just one day. Apparently not, because now Panthers legends Cam Newton and Steve Smith are beefing over social media, and this all started when Cam Newton joined Travis Hunter's podcast during Super Bowl week, and in this episode, Newton explained to the Heisman winner the struggles of being the first pick and how hard it is to make an impact. Roll the clip.
Potentially be the first pick, but bro, you have no way of impacting the game like a quarterback does. Right. You can lock down the number one receiver, you can make impact plays on offense all you want, but it's still not like a quarterback. My issue is when I was the first pick, I went into a locker room of losers.
Let's just say wide receiver, future Hall of Famer Steve Smith did not appreciate the comments Newton made, posting on X, "I've watched and listened from as far as you at Cameron Newton talk about at Panthers. None of us are perfect. Yes, we were 2-14 before you blessed us with your presence. The way you have talked about at Panthers lately, I'm very disappointed. I wish you nothing but the very best. I'm done." Yikes. As a lifelong Panthers fan, as a guy who absolutely loves both of these men, both of these players were my childhood, this hurts to see, and I see both sides to this argument. I really do. I see what Cam is trying to say here. He's saying that as the first pick, you come into a losing culture, you come into a losing team, it's really hard to get things going. Now, should he have called the whole locker room losers? Absolutely not. You still had guys in there who worked great, and he even made this statement to Travis Hunter in the interview: you cannot make an impact like a quarterback can. So guys like Steve Smith, Greg Olsen, Jonathan Stewart, Jordan Gross, the old lineman, Thomas Davis, they all did their job, but Jimmy Clausen was a loser. He was a failed quarterback. He was a bust, and he wasn't the only quote-unquote loser on this team. Cam Newton was the guy who got the culture back on its feet. He got people excited. He put butts in seats, and if you've been here before, you know that Cam Newton is my favorite player of all time. Cam is currently upset at the Panthers anyways. He's not going to back them like Steve Smith, Luke Kuechly, because him and David Tepper do not see eye to eye. They never had, and right now, he feels he doesn't get the respect he deserves within the organization. And while that is probably true, let's look at the flip side. Look at this from Steve Smith's perspective. You're one of the greatest Panthers of all time, easily on the Panthers Mount Rushmore, definitely not a loser, and you've got your former quarterback friend even calling you a loser. Cam Newton did not say, "Oh yeah, this was a locker room of losers except Steve Smith," or what he should have said, "Our team had a losing culture." No, he said, "I came into a locker room of losers," and that's it. And then he doubled down. Yeah, I'd probably not be super happy either. Plus, you have to think of this like Steve Smith. He has a blinded vision. He sees the Panthers as the team that made the Super Bowl in 2003. By the time Cam had gotten there, it was a complete different story. Jake Delhomme washed, Jimmy Clausen sucked, no John Fox. You bring this former Bears player Ron Rivera to coach, and overall there was no heart in this team. They were handing out freaking packets, yo. I understand. However, this is so petty. Like, I'm not taking a side. This just sucks. We're finally seeming to all unite in this franchise around Bryce Young. Everybody loves Bryce. What's not to love? But then you've got the egos of two greats. Really, I love them both. But it's the egos that never has this team to be any better than they were. I hope they work this out, because this is dumb on both sides. And if I'm the current Panthers, Bryce Young, Chuba Hubbard, JC Horn, I take this as a learning moment to never do this, because we're building something special here. We really are. We're finally headed in the right direction. We're all excited about the offseason and getting back to football. I'm hoping these two guys work it out like grown men.